Here's Mike Gundy.
Fucking hero. You know nothing about it, Samantha.
I really don't. I don't follow. I don't follow
the Big 12.
The Big
Can't
12.
all be.
What conference
Can't all
are these
be
guys
figure
in?
skating, can it, Samantha?
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't even. I mean, is this guy, a football coach? Is that what they do? They like
Oklahoma State University Cowboys.
Yeah. Now the Cowboys, I do not follow college football. I just don't. Because you grew up in the Northeast. It's not like you have any big powerhouses
that is true. I didn't think about
of
that
college football.
Boston College.
Well, Holy Cross. They were actually there was a guy, I can't remember his name, but this is beside the point. But he went he went played defense and offense. And Holy Cross used to be big in basketball. Like if you go back to the early 70s, they were top 10. Nevertheless, here is Mike Gundy. Now I suspect that if Mike Gundy and I sat down and have a beer, he wouldn't like me at all. But here he is somehow not only making like sort of a category error, like he doesn't like a generation and he thinks it's because their political inclinations, but also it may just turn out to be that he's just a jackass. This is Mike Gundy doing his monologue from the play, Hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
Is that the biggest difference in players these days? It seems like transferring is a lot easier for guys to do than maybe it was back in the day.
Pause it. Now, my understanding is, and I don't know what the rules are today, but I know that back in the day, if you transferred, you were blue-shirted for a year. You had to wait a year. Now, I don't know if that's the case anymore. But if that's the case now, that's a function not of the students, but rather of the, is that right?
NCAA.
Did I have that right, Brendan? Okay, so that was a rule change that took place because the National Collegiate Athletic Association wanted to make more money. That was a purely conservative capitalist move that disregarded the education needs of the students and said, you know what, we've got this free labor and we're not maximizing it. We're actually inhibiting the value to all of us. So that's the story of why students transfer now to different schools. They go to a school that has maybe a lesser quality football program, and then they go to one that has a better quality football program because they prove themselves at the lesser quality program school, or maybe they want to get closer home. Who knows? But this was all done by the NCAA to make more money. So here we have, I'm sure Mike Gundy is going to blame the organizations that are supposed to protect students.
Was back in the day.
Well, I think we live in a world where people are non-committal. We allow liberalism to say, hey, I could just do what I want and I don't have to really be tough and fight through it. And you see that with young people because it's an option they're given. We weren't given that option when we were growing up. We were told what to do. We did it the right way, or you go figure it out on your own. In the world today, there's a lot of entitlement. I'm a firm believer in the snowflake. I think it's setting there. And I'm not talking about Tabo. Tabo and I have had multiple good talks. I'm talking about every millennial young person, Generation Z, I think is what they call them. That's the world we live in, because if they say, well, it's a little bit hard, then we say, okay, well, let's go try something else. Versus, hey, let's bear down and let's fight through this. So you see a lot of that nowadays. And that doesn't have anything to do with Tabo or McCleskey or anybody that's been on the portal here. That's just in general in society, even if you're working down here at Walmart.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with Tabo. I think he's talking about Tabo Winicky. He is I think a star player on Oklahoma State University, which would lead me to believe that he doesn't give a crap about what he's saying if he can get a good player out of it. If it helps him directly.
Gundy makes $5 million a year, incidentally.
I wonder how he got that. Do you think he got that by saying to Oklahoma State or to the school that he was coaching at before, like, I'm never going to leave here because I'm totally committed to you. I would never leave for more money or to better my situation. Give me a break.
It is super macabre that none of these athletes that actually, put people in the stands make any money off of this. They get educations, but that should be free
They're
for
all
everybody anyway.
snowflakes. Meanwhile, I'm making $5 million because they're going out there and getting concussions.
Yeah, exactly. Develop
And-
CTE for
right,
free
exactly.
for me, please.
It is so. I mean, I guess we're not supposed to advocate criminal behavior on this show, but like
That is
every
one of our
single
policies.
yes, but every single college athlete that has ever taken a bribe from a sports agent or brand should be pardoned and immediately have the money that has been stripped away from them given back to them.
Yes.
It's a travesty that they're not paid.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like indentured servitude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Just
it actually
be committed.
is.
Stop being such a snowflake, JB.
The
Show
regimentation
little commitment.
has some long.
Yeah, I think there's some very, very troubling historical echoes there. Yeah.
Be committed. Be committed.
Maybe you should treat Gandhi with a little fucking respect.